long times ago, but he moved about 500 Emercoins to BitShares pool, but that was not popular and just stopped. But Ronnie, good guys, I remember him and so on. And I don't know, is this with you or not with you, because 5 years is passed and so on. But sometimes we develop it and grow separately. And recently, because of centralized exchanges are banned Emercoin, this is your XBTS is our major exchange. So this is first, you are our major exchange, and second, this is our future way will going toward DEX, to decentralization, because KYC and so on, and centralized exchanges are out of business, and as a result, people lost money on this. So we think centralized exchange is not a good idea. So DEX is best. And of course, we working with BitShares, and today I think good idea to extend our collaboration, extend our cooperation. And depots and so on. And we already providing it. From our side, we can provide you also free technologies whose you can use in your business, and who you can work with them and adopt for your business systems. And for example, first technology which I think would be useful for you, this is DNS, DNS. Currently, this system exists for maybe 7 years. A lot of the websites already existing in the system, and exist several articles where some government structures just state, for we cannot fight with this. And of course, into the systems moved some torrent sites and another sites who in the gray zone, and several criminal sites, unfortunately. But of course, this is market, this is situation. But I think your BitShares, you can, your XBTS, maybe another exchange, you can create domain names in the DNS for your site, and by this way you reach two goals. You will get censorship circumvention, and second, you will be secured for domains blocking, withdrawal, or time to time it's the domains is get status of cold by administrative reasons and so on. With DNS is impossible to block, impossible to withdrawal, and the system already exists, and you just can take and use. And I will provide free efforts for help you to adopt these technologies, or for another assistance and so on. Also, of course, I open for collaboration with another ways. And if you would like, I can right now share my screen and just right now demonstrate on my screen how this DNS works, how sites is present, and so on. And, or if this is limited time for conversation, just you can touch me late and we'll demonstrate you late, whatever you wish. Okay, this is my introduction, and just ask me a question. I will answer or set up another conversation if you're interested, and so on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your interest in BitShares. I welcome like anyone from anywhere in the world. Now you know that this ecosystem, me personally, I'm trying to introduce it as or let's say merchandise for it as an international innovation, where it actually ties the intelligent race on this planet in a group of people who would actually participate in this alternative economy to the economy of the current monetary system. So you were mentioning KYC, for example, and I would mention anti-money laundering laws. But I'm not sure if you are aware that these laws, or let's say these regulations, are not going to continue in our next phase, where there will be a CBDCs, and it will be issued by the central banks, and central banks will be aware of every exposure of the assets that they issue and where it is. So they will have control over all wallets. Now, every wallet that doesn't really have anyone who are identified is not going to exist. So central banks are going to identify everyone who is holding a wallet before actually them being provided a wallet. So I don't believe KYC is gonna continue to be there, because you don't really know. KYC stands for know your customer. You don't really at that stage need to identify the customer, because the customer is already identified before providing them the wallet. So it is the case with the money laundering regulations, which is not going to exist, because there wouldn't be actually a money laundering. The entire money is going to be digital, according to their plan. And this digital money is going to stay in the system, and the exchange of these are going to be done through participants, within this system. So all the participants within the system are already known, and their savings in their wallets are already known. And perhaps the transactions between them will be definitely screened, and it will be subjected to questioning. Like, for example, if I want to pay someone with these CBDCs, perhaps the apps that are going to enable it will be asking me for the reason behind my payment, and then according to the reason behind my payment, I will be paying tax, or they will cut taxes from my wallet, and then they will perhaps do something to the other owner. So it's gonna be complex when it comes to the regulations of how the development of this the CBDCs or the central banks and how they are going to implement it. But in all the cases, they are talking about their plans when it comes to the design, and when it comes to how the architecture is going to work. So banks are ending up perhaps like a liquidity pools, where they are custodians for these wallets, and perhaps their entire investment is exposed only to the central bank, and they don't really need to go and ask the bank, what are you doing with this? So the entire regulations are going to change. How the financial system is working is going to change. But I believe whatever that they are doing, since it is centralized, perhaps the manipulation is going to continue, and the problems that the blockchains are solving are going to continue to be existing in these private blockchains that the central banks are running. So when it comes to BitShares and the BitShares team, we have our hands open. We want to participate with anyone who actually goes along with our development vision and so on. So I'm not sure, Mr. Christopher, if you want to participate, you can go ahead. Maybe Christopher is not there. All right, John.
Hello, Amar and everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for putting this together. Happy birthday to BitShares. Just every day I'm, just amazed and proud of what we're all building collaboratively. Really cool to hear your thoughts, Amar, on the global backdrop, kind of the way that monetary regulations and people are kind of, promulgating their rules about that. And it's a really delicate subject, I think. I always think of BitShares as, first of all, a technology, and a lot of people are, public. So while I don't necessarily advocate for circumventing or putting in tools to circumvent rules, I think it's really important to maintain a healthy independence, that BitShares really supersedes any one jurisdiction. And to grow and reach the largest audience, we want to enable businesses and groups of people to comply with any rules of where they reside. But we're working on something much bigger here, and we're not just a legacy kind of project. We're really building towards what's the world going to look like in 50 years. So, Amar, I'm always curious and appreciative of your thoughts, your thought leadership on this subject, because I know you have a wealth of experience. But again, yeah, just really excited for what we're building here on BitShares.
Thank you so much for the beautiful words, John. John, you are one of the people who actually were there encouraging and really spreading passion about this innovation since the beginning of me participating in this ecosystem. And you know that this idea behind how the rules and regulations are moving, and how the final scene is gonna be is uncertain. So we are doing our best in order to let's say maintain what we had actually started, where we want to build an alternative economy that would protect the individual financial freedom, and at the same time take care of the participants and the development investors, and their investment too. And now rules and regulations are there to protect the consumer, and that's the reasoning that is exposed to the people. But behind the scenes, perhaps a lot of entities who believe that they have the right to manipulate and enslave the others wouldn't look at it from that perspective. They see these rules and regulations as a backdoor to the individual freedom. So when it comes to the consumer protection, definitely that's how the system is trying to justify control over people's assets and their savings and their values. And on BitShares, we are trying to replicate this in a way that protects the consumer without the need of a middle man who are subjected to corruption and to conspiracies and manipulations and so on. And that's the one of our core actually values in BitShares group. Since we started this participation, this arranged participation, we wanted to have a transparent stage where where it's our aims are clear, our vision is clear, and we should be meeting with what we are doing with our ultimate vision, which actually is encouraging us to continue building or developing this innovation toward a specific aim, which is maintaining an alternative economy that would protect the financial freedom of the individual. Any other participants?
I can explain my project if you want.
Yeah, please go ahead, Alexander. I would love to hear it.
You can resend one pager. I sent it to your direct message,
So to host it on the screen?
I can't. Okay.
Maybe you can.
Share a screen, I mean, yes? 1 second. It's not easy.
Okay, so perhaps the screen of Alexander is not coming. Oh, okay. Now I can. Yes.
This is one pager of. Oh, it's old one. Yeah, this one. This is one pager of Graphene Hub. Maybe problem with centralized gateways for another token of another blockchains. Yes, it's problem because we know about OpenLedger, about others gateways, and we try to solve it and think about new project like maybe XLR. XLR, it's Cosmos SDK based blockchain. It's like blockchain Oracle. Bridge, they call it bridge, because you can send token to account from another blockchain, and they can provide information that it's true and can send token from original blockchain. And Graphene Hub, its project, who bring Cosmos to Graphene, because like right now, Graphene blockchains, every blockchains is standalone blockchains. EOS only for EOS, Wax only for Wax, BitShares only for BitShares, and another. Right now we have some interesting inter-blockchain communication between EOS and Wax, maybe but it's not like true IBC, it's like simulation of ABC. And we can make a decentralized application on XLR blockchain and call it Graphene Hub, and connect to Graphene Hub EOS, VAX, BitShares, Hive, Steemit, and every Graphene blockchains. And XLR can give us send token each other from EOS to VAX to BitShares or another way, and to Cosmos, and from Cosmos to any blockchains and BitShares too. We can send token from BitShares to Cosmos, and from Cosmos to any blockchains who support Cosmos IBC protocol, and each other ways, you know. What do you think about it?
Thank you so much for actually designing this and working on it, because it seems to me that you started maybe already, or perhaps maybe at least started the architecture thoughts about it. I know that this demand of having the value moves from a chain to another is there, and people actually need to exchange things outside this ecosystem. I know that BitShares has the BTS as its core utility token, which actually other alternatives on the blockchain are trying to have a value in front of this alternative, or the participants of this ecosystem are trying to create the value of their created assets in front of BTS by buying their own assets with BTS, for example. But the thing it moves more complex with trying to extract the value on another blockchain. Definitely this layer is a demand. That's why there are several gateways on the platform. But at the same time, I believe the middleware of this is subjected to trust. And that's why I always like to segregate between gateway and blockchain innovation. I totally support this one, the Graphene Hub. Perhaps the Graphene Hub can be built in a decentralized manner, where participants to this hub can be nodes, and these nodes can be decentralized between another group who actually subjected to trust, because they are actually they are the ones who are responsible to secure the gateway, or the let's say the gateway between these two blockchains or these different systems. So this will not eliminate trust, I believe, and the trust even within BitShares itself is not eliminated, because in order to participate in BitShares and you want to really feel secure, you will need to know that, well, this blockchain is running by witnesses, and these witnesses are the ones who are driving the innovation and its development. Okay, so do I trust these guys or I don't trust them? Because they can also, the blockchain participants somehow, if they all decided to change records on the blockchain, they can do it. So the trust it cannot really be eliminated from systems. And I always look at complex ideas of decentralization as not worth the work. But I'm not trying to say that what you are trying to do here is worthless. I'm one of these people who actually build a gateway. I did not decentralize it, but it is needed. It has a demand, and there are people who actually wants to. And it's one of the reasons, by the way, of the value of BitShares in front of many alternatives, because every gateway who is actually providing a gateway to an alternative is participating in the value creation in front of this alternative. So when we have an XRP gateway, for example, BitShares value started to change in front of XRP more frequently. So it has a direct impact on the value, and definitely it's very important for the development, because if someone came to this ecosystem and he could not gain BTS through the worker system, for example, and he needs to buy it from somewhere, so it has to be offered by someone on an alternative system, where someone has an access on that alternative system, and then it will be like working as an extension to BitShares. So definitely I do support this, but what I don't really support in this, that some people, or some, let's say, people around BitShares are willing to merge or to include within the core code some codes that would let BitShares be participated in another blockchains natively. I don't see this making sense, because it would not really eliminate the trust. It will add more headache on the chain. It will have a lot of considerations when it comes to the design and the purpose and so on. So I see gateways as things that would be driven by individuals or by groups, and it will be also subjected to trust. Why not? I encourage this. I would definitely participate in this. And your work is so much appreciated, Alexander. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe anyone else has anything to say?
Well, BitShares blockchain has a huge potential, and you know it. We love BitShares, and we choose decentralization, true decentralization, for our services. Perhaps in the future we will make a P2P platform. This is, I think, much needed technology. Once again, I congratulate everyone on the BitShares birthday. Happy, I'm very happy. And it was great to hear from everyone. And as you know, we are getting ready to launch Smart Hold'em mainnet. And yeah, it was very hard work. But in this new launch, we will implement our own protocol, SEED, Smart Interchain Data Communication Protocol, which will ensure interoperability between blockchains. We hope that the core developers of BitShares will consider connect this protocol in the future and entering the era of the Internet of Blockchain. And yeah, in fact, we have been working very, very hard on the launch of Smart Hold'em 2. So, what I want to say, have a great Friday, everyone. See you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for your time. And See you later. Hopefully, in the near future, we will do more frequent chats like this. When there is some news or someone is building something new, definitely I'm open. Anyone can private message me, and we can arrange video chats as much as you want, guys. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you.